Hi guys, and welcome down to Oxford Golf Club, and I'm here today doing a 9-hole vlog. If you've not seen part 1, do go back and check that out. It's 4 holes where I'm trying to play aggressive off the tee. Okay, so that's where I'm trying to be aggressive. Now, the first 4 holes have been quite kind because they're relatively straight, a little bit of curves in the dog legs, but nothing too major. And they're known, but because it's quite tight and the trees and the golf course is very mature, I would normally have hit maybe a 2-iron for safety, left myself a 9-iron or a wedge in, but today I've hit driver and I've left myself 54 degree in on 2 of the holes, 3 of the holes even, and sorry, 2 of the holes, and then one was a par 3, and then one of them I hit a fantastic 8-iron in as well on a really long par 4. So it's been a really good 4 holes to start with. Last 5 holes, I'm going to try and sneak a couple more birdies. There's a par 5 coming up on the 9th, so I know I've got to work towards that. This hole looks like it's a little sweeping dogleg round to the right hand side. I can see the bunkers that are up by the green, so I'm there, my line that I'm going to be taking. It is out of bounds to the right, and the wind's kind of pushing me that way as well, so I can be aggressive really with my draw, just straight at the left side of the bunkers. Not hooking it though. Right, it's a pretty poor drive that. I'm actually so far left. It's over there on the other fairway. I could really have done with hooking this a little bit more. So that's my line now. The flag is directly behind the tree trunk. And in terms of a yardage, I am outside of the 150 marker, I think. Downwind though, it's coming out of the rough, so I'm going to hit an 8-iron just because it's coming out of the rough. It just doesn't look that far. If I'd maybe hooked it a bit further, I'd have been in a slightly better position, ironically enough. Flags in the middle. I think I'm seeing that as the 150, but I'm not sure. It's downwind anyway, quite heavily, so I've only played about I'm about 175 downwind out the rough, so just a normal 8-iron. The conditions that I'm facing will give me a bit more yardage. Yeah, it's definitely a flyer. Draw a tiny bit. Greenside bunker. Right, we'll battle him. First time we're up against it. From a positive perspective, I'm short of the bunker. From a negative perspective, I've got to go over the bunker from the rough, land it somewhere in there and finish it on the flag. It's not going to be the easiest shot in the world. I'm going to leave this here because I'm backing myself to finish it quite close, short of the camera. There we go. Wish me luck. Just on that left lip, there's a bit of a hill on my feet. Right, that was a save. That was a big save in this vlog. Big save. Still 1 under. Okay, it's not a very big tee box. We're a little bit squashed onto this one. 390 watt, sorry, no, wrong one. I'm reading the yellows. 424, wide open, dead straight down. So this is probably the simplest hole I've seen on the golf course so far, in terms of its wide open. Doesn't worry me whatsoever. This one, just got to try and get a big drive down the middle. See if we can get long enough down there to have a easier approach. Oh, big recoil, big strike. Might just catch the right semi. No, we're in the fairway. It's a good shot, that. A little bit unfortunate with the tee shot, just from the shape of the actual fairway. Slopes quite a long way from left to right. So it's just, you can probably see how much I've just put the tripod on a slope. So it's just kind of caught the rough, and I'm right on the edge of the rough as well. I'm just inside the 150, so I've got 140 to the middle. Flag's on the front, so I'm playing it as about 130. So I'm just going to drop down to a little wedge. Again, I'm not going to try and hit this too hard. If I get too much grass between club and ball, I am likely to get a flyer. Slightly into the breeze as well, so I've got to take that into consideration, but I'm going to get a good solid kind of 135 wedge on this. You're right, sit. Oh, stayed in the air forever. It's on the green. I just can't really tell how far on it is. I think it might be towards the back of the flag at the front. That's going to be a tricky one, if I'm correct in my assumption. I think that just shows the importance of hitting fairways. I've hit a really good tee shot, just trickled into the rough, and so much control is lost with the approach shot into the green. I can see my pitch mark. Fair enough, it's already past the hole, but had it been from the fairway, it would have stayed here. I'd have had inside 20 feet for birdie. Now I've got 40 to 60 feet. I can't even guess how far that is. Big slope from right to left. This is a hard putt. Hopefully the camera angle does this justice. I'm going right out towards the flag. I hope that came across on camera like, yeah, I saw it with my eyes. That was crazy. Right, so this to tidy up. After that first putt, this will be a good par again. Two clutch putts in a row. Hopefully that's a good omen for what's to come. If I can just try and sneak a couple more closer birdie putts, I'm gonna go low here. Right guys, welcome to the 7th hole. We're on the brand new tee box today, and this looks like a tight little hole straight up there towards the bunker there. We can just probably see in the distance. So we just shape a little bit round towards the right side. So not the easiest of tee shots in the world, a little bit daunting with the amount of trees there, but this is my off the tee driver aggressive vlog. So I've driven the ball very well so far. I'm going to try and get one par one shot. I'm going to try and get one more in there again. Huge drive this in terms of its importance. Close the face, caught a tree, and it's dropped straight down. That's okay. That's annoying. It's one of them tee shots where you just try to steer it instead of just hit the ball. Okay, so the point of this vlog is to be a little bit more aggressive off the tee, and I've hit a poor shot, I've hit the tree, and I'm okay because I've got a swing, but I'm a long way back. I've been lucky, I've made my own luck. I've hit a driver and I've hit the tree here, which is a bit annoying. Had it missed it, I'd have gone onto the fairway. When you're going out practicing, try and make as many different types of shots as what you'd normally play off the tees and for your second shots. I'm going to go ahead with a 6-iron and try and get this, try and recover now. Recover from a bad drive. Would I hit that shot again off the tee if I was in something a bit more serious? Probably not. But that's the learning curve. Bunker to the right of that flag by the looks thing, and just see the top lip. Just got to get a good strike on ball, try and carry this nice and high onto the green. Oh, I've got the draw. Come on. Draw. Oh. Just caught those trees to the side of the green. They're closer than they look. That's lack of knowledge, that one. Right, we are struggling now. Part 2 is a struggle. Part 2 is stressful. Alright, so it's safe to say this hole is not going according to plan whatsoever. If I just had to, I might have to zoom in on my ball, even though it's literally 5 yards in front of me. It's just in there. I know, right? Okay, so flag's just there. So try and get this a bit of height on it just to kind of counteract the amount of grass that's going to come between me and the ball. It's not difficult to get the ball out or through. It's more about the control aspect, which is going to be 0. I'm going to try and land this onto the front edge as close as I can to the front edge of the green from this angle. Sit, sit. Oh. Oh, that was a big surprise, but very nice. There we go. I'm sorry guys, but for the purpose of time, I'm going to give myself that, and I'm going to run as fast as I possibly can to the next hole, because that was an absolute daylight robbery of a golf hole for me, and I thank you. Okay, 170 par 3. Tricky one, because they can't seem to see much of the green. I've instantly reached in for the 7-iron, which I feel now might be a bit too big. Yellows are up there at 150, 169 with this particular yardage, and there is the flag. It's a red flag as well, which says it's on the front edge of the green. Starting to fatigue a little bit now. I'm gonna have to really dig deep these last couple of holes. Done so much filming today down here in Oxford. This is my, what hole are we on now? 8. This is my 35th hole of the day. So I can finish with a par and a birdie for 2 under for the last 9. I'll be happy with that. Well, I'll be very happy with that. Right, let's get a 9-iron, 8-iron right on the flag. Straight at it, dead aim. Stop drawing. It looks alright. It was a bit of a clean connection. Let's see if we can sneak a birdie. Gone against the run of play over the last few holes, so let's see if I can sneak a naughty birdie. Wow, I actually decelerated through impact. I completely felt it. Oh, that was, look, if I just continue its line, that was going in. Ah, well, you know what, from the last 3 holes I've just played, that was the easiest par I've had. So, par 5 to finish. Come on, 2 under, come on. 9th and final hole, 36th hole of my day. Let's see if we can finish on a high. You may notice I'm just ahead of the tee markers, just for you guys really, otherwise you won't be able to fit on the tee. Par 5, 515 yards, dead straight, but strategically planted bunkers in the fairways. So I can clear the one on the right. I've got to be careful of the one on the left. So I'm going to go over the one on the right, which is probably about 220 or something. Wind just off the left as well, but there's a bit of room right anyway, so I can just get the middle of the face, get it down there. Not ideal, clear that. The poor one, that a little bit fatigued on that shot. I kind of struggled to really get through the ball on my left side, but hey ho, you know what, it was a decent strike. Just left the face ever so slightly open. I actually forgot to do my grip. Anybody else do that? You forget to do the bits you've been working on. Sometimes comes with, like I say, just the fatigue, the end of the round. Guys, you'll notice that when you get to like maybe 12, 13, 14, if you've been working on something specifically, you'll lose it, you'll forget all about it, and it's just tiredness and sometimes being a bit too relaxed, but you've got to hit that bad shot to get you back into it again. Remember that. It's a fact. A little bit disappointed actually. I'm wider than I thought I would be. Long way out. I'm gonna have to get this back into play. I can advance it quite a way. Oh, a bit frustrating really. I've got a 7-iron. Just gonna pop this back in. No, I can't go that much. Got a 9-iron. Just gonna pop this back into play. Wind's off my back, so that's gonna help me just kind of move the ball left to right a little bit in the air, which would be ideal. Sit there. Sit there. May have just hit this a little bit too far and gone into the other rough. Left, right, left, right, left. Otherwise known as army golf. Okay, so we're just in line with the 100 sign. Well, probably just past it, 5 yards or so past it. So I've got to try and get my yardage spot on. Now I've got these trees in front of me. I've just pulled the 54, but I looked at my yardage before I looked at the shot. I'm going to go down to a 58 for that little bit of extra height. I have to get this up quite quick as well to carry the distance. I have to hit this a bit harder than I would like to. But I need to get that initial height on the ball, then the distance. Caught it a bit clean. Sit. Oh, that worked out quite well. I thought I'd almost, I was probably about a millimetre from full on thinning it. Where's the green? Here it is. Right, so we're going to have that to finish on a birdie. It's pin high, probably about 10 foot. Hello, little magpie. Right, we're going to have this to finish on a birdie. Come on. Again, like we did at the end of part 1, everybody say a little prayer for me. We can do this. This to somehow finish 2 under, because the golf's not been great, but I've made some pretty good saves if I do say so myself. Come on. A little bit downhill, a little bit off the right side. Just going to trickle this down the right edge. It's a birdie finish. It's a birdie finish. Getting 2 under. Honestly, it feels good. It feels, yeah, I mean, it feels good. I feel like I really got away with it for 3 holes where I was just struggling, but you're going to go through spells like that, and I think if it's your day on the and you get up and down, or if you're for your handicap you don't make worse than a bogey net par, then you can take advantage of positions I've just got myself into, then you can have a good day. Really happy with that outcome actually. A little bit surprised as well, but really happy with that outcome. Walked off 2 under par through 9, pretty solid. Massive thank you to Oxford Golf Club for hosting me here today. I've had a ball, had an absolute ball. Played really good vlog coming soon, or it might already be out on the channel if you're watching this at a later date, with the GM, Stephen Nicholson, and also an editor from Golf South. If you want to check out their kind of social media credentials as well, they're all in the description below. But for the moment, please do subscribe to the channel, follow us on our Facebook, social medias, Instagram, Twitter, etc, etc. Also make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be giving away 3, yes 3 Cobra F7 Plus or F7s drivers. So that when we get to 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to celebrate by giving away 3 drivers. There will be more prizes to come, but at the moment they're the only ones that are confirmed so far. 2,000 to go, so please do subscribe, it means a lot. Guys, thanks very much again for watching. Always a pleasure when you all subscribe and watch the content that we produce. And from the moment, we'll see you soon.